I, Chief Olabode George, hereby move that this convention should expel this person so mentioned above from the People's Democratic Party. I so move.
I now put the question on this motion for the expulsion of some officers listed 1 to 11, beginning with Nyesom Wike, Ayo Payoshe, Senator Samuel Anyayu, Honorable Umar Bature, Adeyemi Ajibade, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Senator Mao, Honorable Austin Wachuku, Abraham Ama, George Dana, Chief Dan Obi, for the expulsion as per the motion raised ably by our elder statesman, citing our constitutional provisions as enumerated, that is Chief Olabode George, and ably seconded by my chairman, Mrs. Adamu Bunga.
As law-abiding people, we've come here to tell the police that we are having our meeting tomorrow, and this will be the inaugural meeting since we left Ibadan after our election at our National Elective Convention. Now, we have seen flying in the social media a purported notice of BOT and NEC meeting given by people who, for all intent and purposes, are no longer members of this party as I'm talking to you today. Next to God in management of political party is the National Convention.
Miss Honorable Austin Wachuku, I am the unexpellable PDP chairman of Imo State. By the grace of God, we are here right inside Wadata Plaza, the headquarters of the People's Democratic Party, Abuja, to host our NEC stroke BOT meeting. Following the two Federal High Court judgments that said we should go and put our house in order. Because we are law-abiding, this is the process of putting our house in order. We have come to have a meeting of first of all the BOTs who are the conscience of the party, and thereafter we'll go into the NEC where decisions and resolutions will be taken and agreed upon.
So we went and looked at what has been happening to our party, and like surgeons, we removed the cancer. The cancer that had been part of our party, that has crippled the party. We hope with that removal of the cancer, the party may be able to move and give Nigerians an option on what to do.
I never left the party. I remained in my party because I believe in my party. Wike is my friend. Like I told you, Wike is in PDP because I have said here that even when there was G5 we are working for Tinubu, I was working for my party. So Wike is my friend. Why would I join him at that time? I will tell the governors to leave the party alone. Let them leave the party. Yeah, because you produce funds, the money you should run the party. Allow the party to run the way it's supposed to run. Yes, because they are the one causing the problem. And they call founding fathers who have reached above 80 years should go home and relax now. They should go home and relax. Then nobody has expelled me. I have a judgment already.
So whatever happened in Ibadan, are you challenging in the court?
There's something that happened in the court in Ibadan now because there's no convention. That's what I'm saying. How can I go and challenge the illegality?
Nigeria's political atmosphere is never calm. It is a field of shifting alliances, buried betrayals, and sudden resurrections. But even within that chaotic landscape, November 2025 in Ibadan, stands out as a defining moment, not just for the People's Democratic Party, but for one man whose shadow has shaped the party for nearly a decade. Nyesom Wike. For months, Nigeria watched a wounded PDP struggle, court battles, suspensions, secret meetings, governors defecting, delegates divided, and at the center of the storm is a convention some said would unite the party, and others claimed it would destroy it forever. But when the dust settled in Ibadan, something became clear. The PDP was reborn, and Wike's iron grip wasn't just weakening, it was breaking. And this is the story of power, of strategy, of betrayal, and of a political exoneration nobody saw coming. Or could this also be an end of the PDP? The PDP did not arrive in Ibadan as a strong or united party. It arrived as a battered political giant, limping into the future with old wounds still bleeding. After the 2023 general elections, PDP was in trouble, not just because it lost the presidential race, not just because internal sabotage worked against its candidates, but because the party had become a battlefield. And Wike was one of the most powerful warlords. He had fought Atiku, he had fought his own national leadership, he had fought governors who disagreed with him, he had fought River State politicians, he had fought former allies, new enemies, and even the very foundation of the party he once swore to protect. By 2024-2025, Wike had become more than a PDP member. He had become a parallel force, a faction, and a movement unto himself. But as his influence rose, the party grew weaker. Delegates were confused about who to obey. Governors sat on the fence. Former G5 governors lost relevance in their states. And the National Working Committee struggled to assert real authority. Then came the final blow, the clash of court orders. One faction said that the Ibadan Convention was illegal. Another said it was legitimate. Some insisted that the party was under injunction. Others said that there was no such injunction. The PDP at this point was drifting. But behind the scenes, something was shifting. The Makinde bloc, the Damagun bloc, the governors who were tired of Wike's overreach, the senators who felt overshadowed, and the delegates who wanted a fresh start. They were quietly building momentum. By the time the court in Ibadan cleared the convention, the battle line was officially clear. Wike versus the entire PDP structure. And for the first time in years, the party was ready to fight back. The Lincoln Salami Stadium in Ibadan did not just host a party event, it hosted a political war. From the early morning hours, delegates poured into Ibadan. Some came with fear, some came with determination, but some came because they knew this convention was bigger than elections. It was about choosing what PDP wanted to become. Security was everywhere. Police patrols, stop and search points, undercover offices, mingling with the crowd because tensions were high, unbelievably high. Hours before the convention started, Wike's faction released a warning. Stay away from Ibadan. This convention is illegal. But the party ignored him. The NEC ignored him. The governors ignored him. The delegates ignored him. Even the courts, the very institution he relied to stop the convention, refused to side with him completely. It was the first sign that the tide has turned. Inside the stadium, speeches began. Names were called. Positions were contested. Voting blocks were forming in corners. And while all this was happening, one message echoed louder and clear. The PDP is taking back its party. But the biggest shock of the night wasn't the elections, it was the atmosphere. There was something different, something the PDP had not felt in years. Unity. Delegates who had not spoken in months embraced each other. Rivals shook hands. Old enemies sat on the same row. People whispered, maybe the PDP is coming back. Maybe this is the resurrection the PDP needed. Maybe the era of one-man domination is finally over. When INEC confirmed it was monitoring the process, that was the final seal of legitimacy. The Ibadan Convention was no longer just a gathering. It was a declaration, The PDP has chosen its future, and that future did not include Wike controlling its destiny. To understand what the Ibadan Convention means for Wike, we must return to the beginning. Wike once controlled the national secretaryship, the party structure in Rivers, the finance, the media propaganda, the G5 governors, the loyalty of many NWC members, and the political fear that kept people silent. But from 2023 to 2025, something seems to be changing. The moment he entered Tinubu's government, PDP leaders began to view him differently. His influence in the APC-led government made him more powerful, but it also made him less trusted in the PDP. He became a man balancing two worlds, but losing both. His River State crisis weakened him. The impeachment drama with Siminalayi Fubara damaged his credibility. His fight with Atiku Abubakar dragged too long. His battles with PDP national officers made him look unstable, and his endless political wars made him appear unpredictable. Then came the ultimate shifts. Governors who supported him began drifting away. Lawmakers who defended him became quiet. His former allies preferred distance. Even some members of the G5 standing firmly with him. By the time the Ibadan Convention was announced, Wike's power was already fractured. The moment the convention held successfully without him, that was the moment his command over PDP seems to have died. His warnings were ignored. His court strategies failed. His threats carried no weight. His influence collapsed in real time. And the PDP did not insult him. They did something worse. They made him irrelevant. And in politics, irrelevance is more deadly than defeat. Now the real question: did the PDP convention mark the end of the PDP or the rebirth of the party? To answer that, let's examine the realities. For years, PDP suffered from factional chairman versus acting chairman battles, Wike versus Atiku hostilities, court injunction headlines, defections weakening the base, loss of moral authority, confused messaging, and a vacuum of real leadership. But something different happened in Ibadan. The party finally acted like a party. The convention showed PDP can stand on its own. PDP can resist internal sabotage. PDP can confront powerful individuals. PDP can rebuild structures. PDP can unify behind a central vision, and that PDP can prepare for 2027 without fear. It was not just a political event. It was a cleansing. The party removed the shadow of one man. It installed new officers. It repaired long broken alliances. It restored confidence in its members, and it cleared independence from godfatherism. And for the first time since 2019, the party looked ready for a comeback. But let's be honest, rebirth does not mean perfection. The party still faces internal wounds, suspicious members, governors with divided loyalties, a possible Wike-led backlash, court cases that might pop up, APC strategy to shook the opposition. PDP is reborn, yes, but it is a reborn into a battlefield. The question now is, will this new PDP survive the next storm or collapse again? Because Nyesom Wike is not giving up. Everything depends on one final factor. "2027 is not far, and the Ibadan Convention has changed the political map of that coming election. Here's what it means. Number one, Wike will not longer decide PDP's 2027 direction. The new leadership is not Wike aligned. He cannot pick candidates. He cannot influence primaries. He cannot negotiate from a position of dominance. He was even suspended alongside his factional members in that convention. For the first time in years, PDP will plan without Nyesom Wike. Number two, PDP may finally present a united force. If the party remained united after Ibadan, then defection may slow down. Governors may return to the national table. Atiku may even return to the PDP, and even P2B as predicted. Southern leaders may negotiate more fairly. The party may present a strong presidential ticket. The rebirth in Ibadan is the beginning of a possible comeback. 3. Wike faces the three parts: The Ibadan outcome has locked Wike into the unavoidable choices. Option number 1, fully join APC. He already works closely with Tinubu. His political future may depend on total alignment. Option 2, creates a new political faction. Possible but risky. He may lack the grassroots energy to sustain it. Option 3, fights PDP from outside. Wike has never been the type to walk away quietly. He may launch an aggressive counterattack, but whatever he chooses, one thing is clear. He is no longer the kingmaker he once was. And to the fourth one, PDP has sent a national message. By resisting Wike, PDP told Nigerians, we are not finished yet, and in a democracy where opposition is necessary, this matters. The battle for 2027 will now be fought with a stronger PDP, not the confused, divided party we saw in 2023. The story of Ibadan is not just the story of a convention. It is the story of a giant waking up, of a party refusing to die, of members choosing unity over fear, of leaders choosing structure over chaos, and of a man once powerful enough to shake the party, slowly watching his influence fade away. The PDP was reborn in Ibadan, not perfectly, not magically, not instantly, but meaningfully. The question now is not whether the PDP has lost control. It has. The real question is, can PDP protect this new beginning? Can they avoid another crisis? Can they prepare for 2027 with clarity and strategy? Can they finally rise again? Only time will answer all of this. But one thing is certain, Ibadan completely changed everything.